Question number 1. Which of the following statements is true concerning an immersion suit and its use? Option A. Only a light layer of clothing may be worn underneath. Option B. They provide sufficient flotation to do away with necessity of wearing a life jacket. Option C. They should be tight-fitting. Option D. A puncture in the suit will not appreciably reduce its value. The correct answer is Option B. They provide sufficient flotation to do away with necessity of wearing a life jacket. Next two match the term TPA with most suitable answers given below. Option A. Davit launch. Option B. Whistle. Option C. Protection against cold. Option D. HRU. The correct answer is Option C. Protection against cold. Next, 3. Duration of rocket parachute is Option A. 0.40 seconds. Option B. 60 seconds. Option C. 30 seconds. Option D. None of above. The correct answer is Option B. 60 seconds. Next 4. Help position stands for Option A. Heat exchange lessening posture. Option B. Heat exchange lessening period. Option C. Heat exchange lessening POIN. The correct answer is Option A. Heat exchange lessening posture. Next 0.5. Maximum capacity of lifeboat is Option A. 28 persons. Option B. 30 persons. Option C. 150 persons. Option D. 100 persons. The correct answer is Option C. 150 persons. Next 0.6. Which one of the listed requirements regarding the stowage of a survival craft corresponds to present SALAS regulations? Each survival craft shall be stowed, Option A. Wherever space is available. Option B. In a state of readiness so that 2 crew members can prepare for launching in less than 5 minutes. Option C. On the starboard side of the ship. Option D. In a secure and sheltered position and protected from damage by fire or explosion. The correct answer is Option B. In a state of readiness so that 2 crew members can prepare for launching in less than 5 minutes. Next, 7. Mob marker buoy is used in case Option A. The ship is on fire. Option B. When some crew member fall into the sea. Option C. When the ship is sinking. Option D. When some crew has an injury. The correct answer is Option B. When some crew member fall into the sea. Next 0.8. What is fire wire? Option A. Wire for pulling burning ships off the pier. Option B. Wire for handling fire buckets. Option C. Wire for pulling fire hoses up to the bridge. Option D. Wire for securing smoke divers. The correct answer is Option A. Wire for pulling burning ships off the pier. Next 0.9. A ship is in distress should transmit alarm signal followed by the distress call and message on one or all of the international distress frequencies. Option A. 550 kHz, 2367 kHz, and 121.5 MHz. Option B. 500 kHz, 2182 kHz, and 156.8 MHz. Option C. 550 kHz, 2182 kHz, and 121.5 MHz. Option D. 550 kHz, 2367 kHz, and 121.5 MHz. The correct answer is Option B. 500 kHz, 2182 kHz, and 156.8 MHz. Next, 10. How much fresh water is available in life raft per person? Option A. 3 liter. Option B. 1.5 liter. Option C. 2 liter. Option D. 500 ml. The correct answer is Option B. 1.5 liters. Next 11. How much fresh water is available in lifeboat per person? Option A. 3 liter. Option B. 1.5 liter. Option C. 2 liter. Option D. 500 ml. The correct answer is Option A. 3 liter. Next 12. In an enclosed lifeboat is fitted with a self-contained air support system. With the engine running, what is the minimum period of time the air should remain safe and breathable? Option A. 30 minutes. Option B. 20 minutes. Option C. 5 minutes. Option D. 10 minutes. The correct answer is Option D. 10 minutes. Next 13. At least how often shall rescue boats, MOB, be launched with their assigned crew and maneuverer in the water? Option A. Every week. Option B. Every month. Option C. Every 2 weeks. Option D. Every 3 months. The correct answer is Option D. Every 3 months. Next 14. What equipment is provided in a life raft to help you keep warm in cold weather? Option A. The floor of the raft has a second layer which can be inflated to give additional insulation from the cold water. Option B. The floor of the raft has a second layer which can be inflated to help insulation, in addition to the thermal protective aids, 10% of complement, minimum 2. Option C. At least 10% of the raft's complement with a minimum of 2 thermal protective aids are provided. Option D. Thermal protective aids for each person. The correct answer is option B. The floor of the raft has a second layer which can be inflated to help insulation, in addition to the thermal protective aids, 10% of complement, minimum 2. Next, point 15. What is the purpose of the browsing tackle supplied at each end of the lifeboat? Option A. It is designed to pull the boat alongside the embarkation deck after the tracing pennants have been released. Option B. It enables the boat to be secured to the embarkation deck so that the wire falls can be released for changing or end for ending. Option C. It is a general-purpose tackle to be used in any type of emergency. Option D. It keeps the boat alongside the embarkation deck so that the tracing pennants can be released. The correct answer is option D. It keeps the boat alongside the embarkation deck so that the tracing pennants can be released. Next, point 16. What is HRU unit? Option A. A unit automatically release all securings while abandoning the vessel. Option B. Important part connected to sea anchor. Option C. A unit for inflating the life raft. Option D. A unit automatically release life raft when approximate depth of 4 m. The correct answer is option D. A unit automatically release life raft when approximate depth of 4 m. Next, point 17. Every inflatable life raft, inflatable life jacket and hydrostatic release units shall be serviced. Option A. Every 36 months. Option B. Every 18 months. Option C. Every 12 months. Option D. Every 24 months. The correct answer is option C. Every 12 months. Next, point 18. A person wearing life jacket or immersion suit shall be able to turn from a face down to a face up position in not more than option A 5 seconds. Option B 15 seconds. Option C 8 seconds. Option D 10 seconds. The correct answer is option A 5 seconds. Next, point 19. How many VHF survival craft transceivers are required aboard passenger ship? Option A 2. Option B 3. Option C 4. Option D 5. The correct answer is option B 3. Next, point 20. How can a person familiarize himself with use of life-saving appliance? Option A LSA code. Option B maintenance manual. Option C training manual. Option D IMO code. The correct answer is option C training manual. Next, point 21. Onboard training manual is required as per option A SALAS. Option B ISM code. Option C MLC. Option D STCW. The correct answer is option A SALAS. Next, point 22. A life raft should inflate in option A 0.3-4 minutes. Option B 30 to 60 secs. Option C 1 to 2 minutes. Option D 30 minutes. The correct answer is option B 30 to 60 secs. Next, 23. Which one of the listed requirement regarding buoyant smoke signals do not correspond to present regulations? The buoyant smoke signal shall option A emit smoke for at least 3 minutes when floating in calm water. Option B continue to emit smoke when submerged in water for a period of 10 sec under 10 centimeters of water. Option C not be swamped in seaway. Option D give a bright red light during the entire emission time. The correct answer is option D give a bright red light during the entire emission time. Next, point 25. Which one of the listed routine test and inspections of life-saving appliances is not required by the regulations? Option A. Inspections of LSA, including lifeboat equipment, shall be carried out monthly to ensure they are complete and in good order. Option B. General emergency alarm to be tested daily. Option C. Survival crafts and rescue boat with launching appliances shall be visually inspected weekly to ensure they are ready for use. Option D. Lifeboat engines to be run for at least 3 minutes every week. The correct answer is option B. General emergency alarm to be tested daily. Next, point 26. Lifeboat should have option A 2 buoyant rescue quoits attached to not less than 30 m buoyant line. Option B 2 buoyant rescue quoits attached to not less than 15 m buoyant line. Option C 1 buoyant rescue quoits attached to not less than 30 m buoyant line. Option D. 1 buoyant rescue quoits, attached to not less than 15 m buoyant line. The correct answer is option A. 2 buoyant rescue quoits, attached to not less than 30 m buoyant line. Next, point 27. What is LSA stands? Option A. Life Safety Appliances. Option B. Life-Saving Appliances. Option C. Life Safety Apparatus. Option D. Life-Saving Apparatus. The correct answer is option B. Life-Saving Appliances. Next, point 28. How many chapters is the present Salas divided into? Option A. 14. Option B. 7. Option C. 12. Option D. 15. The correct answer is option A. 14. Next, point 29. The survival craft engine is fueled with option A. kerosene. Option B. unleaded gasoline. Option C. diesel oil. Option D. liquefied gas. The correct answer is option C. diesel oil. Next, point 30. What is the requirement for having lifeboat passenger ships? Option A. enough for 80% of persons on board, plus life rafts for crew. Option B. enough for all passengers on board, plus life rafts for 25% of passengers. Option C. enough for crew, plus 80% life rafts for passengers. Option D. enough for 80% crew, plus life rafts for passengers. The correct answer is option B. enough for all passengers on board, plus life rafts for 25%.